So we are on the hour. I guess we can kick things off. If people are late joiners, then they can pick it up halfway through. So I will pass over to you, Jesse, to do the welcome screen.
Okay. So, yes, welcome everybody to our first community call. We hope that you're all as excited as we are. This is the kickoff of our community campaign. Every month we're going to be having calls with announcements showing off new features, new developments as we go along the way. We're still pre-launch, so we're still in development, and it still has a little bit of a ways to go, but we're super excited to be sharing this ride and experience with everyone. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. Wait a minute. Oh no, now it's happening. There we go. So this is for for all of our listeners and viewers. So if you have any questions along the way about anything involving from the team to anything involving the Galactic Ghost or anything like this along the way, just go to slido.com, enter in GoodGhosting, and then you can ask your questions, or you can upvote somebody else's question, or you can also scan this code. I believe, Rachel, if you're able to, could you please post a link in the chat so that they're able to also access this from their computers as well?
Yeah, I just grabbed that now. So yeah, I'm on that.
Cool, excellent. So for those of you who didn't get to scan the screen or put it in, there's going to be a link in the chat. It should be there within the next couple of seconds. So, so I guess I'll properly introduce myself. Yes, my name is Baby Jesse Parker. I work on some of the UX and some of the community outreach for GoodGhosting. Super excited to meet everybody. I'm the one that, all of your feedback kind of filters through me in a way, and I try to interpret that. I will transfer this over to Rachel now, so she can introduce herself as well, if she'd like. Okay, maybe we can.
Apologies. I was on. Sorry. My name is Rachel. I'm kind of founder of this project. My background is in development and also developer relations, so doing stuff both on the technical and marketing side. And I will pass over to Heel.
Yes, hello. My name is Heel. I'm mainly doing a lot of different things in DeFi, testing out many different products, finding good ways to provide yield for the users of GoodGhosting. I'm also involved in some DAOs, so like decentralized autonomous organizations, all within like the decentralized finance ecosystem. So yeah, really glad to have you all here on the call, and excited to see what comes up.
Awesome, fantastic. All right, and this is also just want to take a quick second to is Simon here as well? I'm not sure if Simon's in today.
I don't know if Simon's with us today. And also we have two developers as well who are going to be revealing themselves in time as well. So you'll get to find out more and see the full team, very shortly.
Yeah, you can also read a bit more about the team and our background on the website. So goodghosting.com. There's a little bit more explanation than here.
Oh, cool. Then we'd like to take a quick second to thank some of our community mods. Father Ren, really who cares? I hope I said this right, Akaris. Thank you very much for some of the work that you're doing. Our community's definitely grown a lot, and respect. So Rachel, I believe this is a good time to kick it over to you so you can give those who don't know a 101 on what GoodGhosting is.
Yes, thank you, Jesse. If you could unshare, and then I will share myself. So I know this is probably going to be, this will probably be familiar to a lot of you on the call, but I know we also have a lot of new people in our community, and it's amazing to see how much it's grown in the last week. So just to give you the vision on what are we doing, what is GoodGhosting? So our vision is to end boring savings. And what does that mean? We know that saving can be hard, and then if we do it, it's often poorly rewarded. Certainly if you're using traditional finance, and I know a lot of you here aren't. Of course, we're excited about DeFi and all of the exciting opportunities that it brings. Importantly, much higher returns. composability, so building on top of protocols that already exist, and really nicely gamification. So this probably is not true for a lot of people on this call, but for many people, DeFi is still hard and quite confusing. And I pulled these out of Twitter last night, and I think they still kind of stand true, really. But what are we doing at GoodGhosting? We're building like an accessible route into DeFi, one that's going to have still with meaningful returns, and it's going to help our users build better financial habits. And we're going to do all of this by providing an addictive and gamified approach to savings. There we go. Okay, so this is our kind of MVP logic. So we're exploring, GoodGhosting will be exploring this kind of idea of like incentivized savings and using all sorts of fun like mechanisms to do that. So the vision is big, but we have to start somewhere. And we're going to be starting with this MVP game. So basically, it's going to be a saving pool. It will run for a fixed amount of time. We haven't fully decided on that, but we're thinking maybe like a month or two. During this time, users will be making regular deposits. So, for example, they need to deposit like $50 worth of stable tokens per week, etc. That gets moved on to a lending protocol. So it's generating interest during the time. It's generating extra income. So watch that accrue, and that's all going to be very nice. The returns are very good in DeFi at the moment, which is awesome. And then at the end, we can do, which is pretty clever, we can work out, were you able to hit your saving goals? Did you hit everything that you needed to? Awesome, you're a winner. And if you didn't, too bad. You'll still get your principal back and your deposit because that really belongs to you and that's rightfully yours. But the interest will be split amongst those who were able to make those kind of regular deposits. So it's really an incentive and a nudge for you to kind of build up the habits that we know we all should do that we don't always get around to. And then the other nice part of that is you're probably going to get higher returns than if you save by yourself. In fact, you certainly will, because we're actually going to be adding our own kind of sponsored element to the pool as well. So it will be a higher return. Can you still see my screen? Cool.
Yes.
Give a shout out. Cool. Perfect. So our MVP, where are we going to be launching? We'll be launching on Polygon. And of course, we're excited that Aave is on Polygon as well now. So I think it's definitely the place to be. And users will be paying in with DAI. So that's our MVP. And yeah, we believe the future of saving, lots. This is just some of the things we're looking at. It's going to be much bigger than this. And I know a lot of people here will come on this journey with us and really help us build really exciting saving products and protocols. But, it's going to be the future of saving. We'll have things like fiat on-ramp, mobile application, and building out that addictive gamification. And yeah, that's just my quick elevator pitch. I'm actually going to hand back over to Jesse now, and I will unshare. Bear with me 1 second. Apologies. Cool. So Jesse, shall I hand back over to you to give us a little rundown of everything that we've done with Galactic Dose and the quiz that's been kicking off?
Exactly. This mute button, they need a better way to unmute these things. Okay, cool. So, oops. Am I sharing my screen? Now I can't share my screen. There we go.
I think it's just loading.
Okay, there we go.
You're good. You're good.
Awesome. Excellent. So, yes. So for those of you who don't know, we kicked off this awesome, wonderful campaign. We're dubbing it the Galactic Ghost, which is where we're building our community. And we're having it set up so that people can, complete challenges, be involved, also level up within the GoodGhosting community. And completing these roles and challenges will also be the way that you actually get onto our MVP whitelist to be part of the first users to use our product and save up, earn and save with DeFi. But however, pause for effect. There's been a lot of talk in our community about an airdrop, and we just want to put this out there once again for the public that there is not going to be an airdrop. So sorry for those of you who are expecting such. So, all right. So yeah. So the way we kicked off this whole campaign was actually we created a small little quiz called Do You Even Crypto? It was fantastic. We created it as, just a small idea. We didn't think it was going to really get this big, but we actually had 1,500 participants. Oops, there's a typo there. 1,500 participants over 53 countries. And unfortunately, we could only grant level 1 to the first 1,000 participants in our community. We just didn't have enough slots left. But yes, it was so good. And thank you all for sharing this and, making it semi-trending. And really big ups to the Asian country, the Asian countries. I think everything from Japan to China. I think those were where we had most of our responses, and so much so that we actually created our first foreign language channel. So yes, really thank you all for the support on this. And so here's a small little overview of how you ranked in comparison to others. So, oh man, my slides are not, my slides are like really off. I'm sorry, everybody. This is none of my information saved. So yeah, we have the most people being YOLO and FOMOs. I myself am an honest farmer, nothing too crazy. And yeah, we also have a couple of boomers on there. We got to catch up the time a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. So now I'm going to kick it over to Hill so he can discuss a little bit. He has a special message for our Galactic Ghosts.
Yeah, hi. Let me get the screen as well. One second.
Yeah, just to say, we were really impressed with how many people filled in from around the world, and good to see that YOLO and FOMO. I ended up being a YOLO and FOMOer, so I definitely kind of in line with a lot of the community, a lot of honest yield farmers as well. So we've got some kind of DeFi natives here, which is awesome, and yeah, getting a couple of those fiat boomers to convert over to the crypto side.
Yeah, indeed. We have a lot more detailed statistics also on it, on which countries participated and some more on the different scores. But we can post it in the Discord later for those who are interested. But first, I want to show you a little sneak peek of our user documentation. So it's not online on the main website yet, but we've written a bit on what we think will be the future of GoodGhosting. So our vision of the project. So for everybody that wants to learn more about the project, you can have a look on this page. So it's called docs.goodghosting.com. Here we explain a bit how we see the product, how we do these game design elements and apply them to goal-based saving. You can also read a bit about the history of this project, because it has been going on for quite a bit now. It's over 1 year since the idea got started at the Eat London Hackathon, and we built the project. So for those interested in that, definitely have a look in this documentation. We also included more details on the guarded launch that we're doing. So for the first product, which will be a saving pool that runs on the Polygon blockchain, we will limit the amount of users. So that's why we're doing these challenges. So you can save your spot in this first Genesis saving pool, as we call it. We do this to limit both the risk of the game, because it's still brand new. We still want to test out some things. And also because we want to get more advanced games in the future, and having this basic easy game now will help us develop them faster. So if you want to know how it works, you can go to the pages. Here it's written in a lot more detail what it is, so like a short summary, but also more in-depth game mechanics, how it works on a technical level. So you will have to deposit digital stable coins into our saving pool, which is fully decentralized. We cannot access the funds. We cannot run away with them. No rug pulls, at least from our side. We also hear of some more like technical flows of what happens when the game is in progress. A link to our smart contracts, which are open source, so you can check the actual code if you want to. But maybe more importantly, for those maybe less technical, join. There is also information on how to save your spot. On our what we call DeFi rocket launch, so it will be a guarded launch, our savings pool, and we will do a new mission. So last week we had the first mission, which involved joining the Discord server and posting the quiz. This one was completed, so it's too late to join this one, but you can definitely do mission number 2. So that one can be done right now in the community call. If you type in this command, so !done, into the chat, for instance, the community call chat, or into like one of the general chats, you will get the role automatically. So bot will give it to you. It's normally your message deleted. That's about it for mission 2. So you will get.
Just check. That is to do mission 2. You can type that !done in any public channel. That's fine.
Yes, it's on our Discord server.
Any channel, type it into any channel in our Discord. Obviously, another Discord's not going to work, but that will level you up. And again, I think we do have, just like with the quiz, we capped it. So the quiz was capped at, was it 1,000? This one, yes, it's getting a little bit more tricky, so it's down to 500. So go and do this now. Also, if you've missed this, you're not listening right now, but we will make a recording so people who aren't able to do this can just type in "done" quickly, and hopefully you'll have done it in enough time. Sorry for butting in there.
Yeah, because we have to make a cutoff where we cannot take 1,000 people on our first saving pool. We will be able to do that at a later stage. So if you want to get in, just type the command. And then it will be fine. You can also do this if you didn't complete mission 1, so everybody can join. The next mission we'll announce next Monday, so on the 10th of May, also in the Discord channel. And the 4th mission will be the week after. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I see some people are having some issues in the channel.
It looks like there's actually a limited amount of persons that can actually see the streams. So this is an unexpected occurrence.
Yes. So if you cannot see the stream, you need to go into the voice channel, double-click watch stream.
I think there's actually like a limit to. Yeah, sorry, the stream has the max amount of viewers.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't know this one.
By next community call, definitely.
Apologies to everyone. Like, we've really been learning about Discord. We tested this out internally. Obviously, we didn't have as many people on the call. But having said that, if you can't see the screen, what you need to do is open up any of our Discord channels and type !done, so DONE. And maybe Jesse or one of the other team members can just post a message into one of the chat rooms so that people who can't see the screen can get a message instead. Apologies for that. And we will
I see many people already completed it, so it is working.
Cool.
Don't forget the exclamation mark.
Do the exclamation mark. And then also for people who can't see the screen now, we will be recording this and putting this we'll make this available. So we're going to do like a tech demo later. If you can't actually view the screen right now, then come check back and watch the recording, and we'll get that recorded for you. Apologies for that.
Yeah. Okay, so while we figure that out, definitely join the community call chat channel if you're having issues, and we'll help you. So while we're doing that, we can continue. Like in the documentation, one of the questions we got is related to security. So for this moment, please be aware that once we launch, that you only add funds which are willing to risk to lose. So although we take security very seriously, there still are some risks involved. So before making a deposit, it's best to research this and understand it, or just be safe and do not deposit any funds which you cannot afford to lose. There could be bugs in the smart contract. These contracts we use and that we wrote ourselves are not audited. We will be having an audit in the future, but at this moment it's not complete yet. We're also using some other protocols to generate yield, for instance, Aave. We also make use of QuickSwap. We make use of DAI from MakerDAO. We make use of the Polygon blockchain. If any of these protocols have really a big error in them, it could result in you losing your funds. So that's also one of the reasons we start with a small saving pool to limit the risk related to this. So yeah, just a heads up. So
and I think maybe on this note, should we pass over to, because we're very lucky to have an actual a guest from Polygon with us today.
Yeah, sure. I'll wrap this up. Some things still need to be completed, like for go over through the questions maybe. Also for Polygon, I'll maybe first give a small introduction before we introduce our guest. So Polygon is a scaling solution for public blockchains, mainly Ethereum, and it allows for both us and for you as user to interact with these decentralized apps, and in a way that is a lot faster and cheaper than, for instance, on the Ethereum mainnet. So we will make use of this Polygon POS chain to run our Genesis saving pool. We included some guides to learn more about Polygon, also how to interact with it. And when you click here, you can also see how to get the DAI stablecoin onto Polygon. So we made a guide to bridge your DAI from Ethereum to Polygon, or bridge it from XDAI or Binance Smart Chain to Polygon if you have funds on there. You can also buy it directly through a third party, which we provide some links to. You can swap it on a decentralized exchange, or through other methods. So yeah, definitely read through the documentation if you have time and if you want to join our saving. So yeah, let's get our special guest on here.
Yes, we would love to welcome actually one of the Polygon team members themselves, Mr. Hamzah, to educate us a little bit. Are you still here, Hamzah?
Yeah, we might have to make him unmute him. Jesse, can you do that?
I'm trying to. Where did he go? He just disappeared off of my screen. There we go. Yeah, he's not muted for me. It says he's just able to talk.
Yeah, sorry. I'll elevate his permissions.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, boss. Excellent. Would you like to also share your screen as well?
You want me to share my screen?
If you'd like to, yes.
I haven't prepared anything, to be honest.
That's fine. Just in case. It's okay. Yeah. Please, floor is yours, Hamzah.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for, of course, firstly having me. And yeah, like GoodGhosting has been doing some good work. Like we've been following your Twitter and of course in touch for some time now. And yeah, like if you want me to like, how are you planning to like? You want me to dive into what Polygon is and what we are planning with DeFi and all those things?
Yes, please.
Sure. So I'll just give a quick intro of myself. I'm Hamzah. I lead DeFi activities and DeFi side of things here at Polygon. And as you can see, like there are a ton of things happening. especially in the DeFi space. Like we believe that DeFi summer, like the last DeFi summer was on L1, Ethereum, Yearn, and everything was happening. And now we think like DeFi summer will be on L2. And for that to happen, like the gas costs and everything that we are, the DeFi fund, that also is part of the DeFi summer. So that's happening. All these things are happening, but the idea that there's a more deeper thing to this. Like I think I would like to give a little history of what Polygon is. So Polygon, if you have been in the space for some time, you may have seen like Matic. We have been Matic for a long period of time. We just changed. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Sorry, sharing screen. Go ahead.
I thought I dropped off. Okay. The Matic, we have been Matic for a long period of time. Since 2017, we were one of the first researchers in the Plasma group, along with some of the competitors that are out today. The Plasma was the first scaling solution. So to say, in 2017, before CryptoKitties era, before all those things that were happening, the ICO era, then we saw, from Plasma, we went to state channels. So from state channels, last year we saw, optimistic rollups come up, and optimistic rollups this year we are seeing, ZK rollup solutions like Starkware and all those big players come up. So what we see, what we as a philosophical decision is more of like, Ethereum is the one chain. We are, so sorry to say this, but we are ETH maximalists. So we believe that, Ethereum is that one chain that is here for 100 years. And yes, to build something that has so much economic activity on top of it, there cannot be one solution that fits everything. Okay, there cannot be one solution. So there will not be ZK rollups that run everything. There will not be optimistic rollups that run everything. There will not be Plasma or POS, which we have, Plasma POS hybrid chain that will run everything. So I think it's more of a like a hybrid of things. So what we feel, going ahead, we want to be the AWS, Amazon Web Services for layer 2 scaling. We want to be that aggregator, for layer 2 scaling solutions. And that I think is the most future-proof business model. And we are doing a lot of research and development on each and every small detail that that will bring the next 100 200 million people into on chain, basically. Whether you are a gaming app, whether you are an NFT app, whether you are a DeFi app, And I think this recent boom in DeFi and layer 2 specifically, after Aave and Curve and all these big players, I think this is just the beginning of Polygon in terms of like the DeFi aspect of things. I think before that, we were the biggest games and NFT marketplace. You have the biggest games on top of Polygon, Decentraland, Decentral Games, Arcane in terms of NFT, OpenSea is there. But with DeFi, like I think there's a long-term, we think that there's a product market fit over here, and that only retail will only come when, your gas price is negligible. And that is the goal of every layer 2 scaling solution. So I think that's the goal of Polygon, and and that's what we are planning to do in the future. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you,
nice.
Hamzah.
Yes, thank you very much, Hamzah.
That's really good, and like it's really amazing just to see like how much the Matic and now Polygon community is growing, and just also how supporting like the core Ethereum community as well. And then just I keep hearing this like it's going to be DeFi summer number 2 this time on Polygon. So like hopefully GoodGhosting can be part of that as well. And thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Any questions you have, like I'm happy to answer or something.
Excellent. Yes, if you have, just a reminder once again, if anybody has any questions, we've posted a link in the community call chat. Please go in and just type in your questions, and it kind of organizes it and makes it easier for us to pick them out. And then at the end of the call, we will have a Q&A for the GoodGhosting team and Hamzah as well. So awesome. Well, at this point in time, I think, Rachel, it's a good time to show them.
Hi everyone. So here's the slightly daunting moment where I do a live tech demo of our site. Now,
No
I know
pressure.
there's some people in the call. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you're good.
Yes.
Cool. I know there's some people on the call who've been in the community for like a long time and have actually been part of the user testing process with us. So this won't be new to them. But again, we've got, our community has really grown in the last couple of weeks. So it's good to kind of dive in and show like what the experience of joining a good ghosting pool will look like. And to that end, I am going to share my screen. Here we go. Going live. Cool. So here we go. So this is a glimpse of our user interface, what it will look like. So we have this. So this is the state before I've logged in. I've set up this game, and it's a game that's going for, this is a game where each round is lasting a week. And each time you need to put in like 50 DAI per round in this example. This one is actually running on Kovan, but as I say, we are going to be launching our MVP on Matic, on Polygon. Very nice that it's EVM compatible, so it makes things pretty convenient on our end development-wise. So, and this game you can see, okay, we've got a timeline. This is when you need to make your deposits for each of the rounds. I just set this up, so there's only one player. This is just a demo one. So let's have a look to see what it might look like if I want to join this pool. I want to become an awesome saver and I want to join GoodGhosting. So I will click to share my wallet. I will be using MetaMask. So it says I'm unregistered. I will join the game. It's going to give me a little bit of a refresher on how much I need to contribute. It's 50 DAI every 7 days in this case. So it looks good to me. I'm going to click to join. Now, I think maybe my MetaMask is not shown on stream. I'm not quite sure, but I am clicking that. And of course, this is on the Kovan blockchain, so it will take a little bit of time. It's not going to happen instantly. Those of us in the blockchain space, we know to wait a little while. I'm sure with Polygon, though, it's going to be much quicker.
Yeah, it's still faster on Polygon, actually, even faster than on the testnet.
Actually, Kovan's getting really congested. I think you can definitely see that like a lot of people are building and like even the test nets are getting congested. So it's definitely a sign of a, bull market times, but good bull market because people are building. Anyway, so this is awesome. I have joined and I can see here that I've got a little avatar. These are generated by this RoboHash avatar, or you can actually connect. I think we're also connecting in with 3 boxes identity solution there as well. And then we can see, here we go. So that is the player who's just joined. This game, it hasn't generated any interest yet because it's just launched, and there's a button where we manually transfer. Well, there's a button where the pool gets transferred onto Aave and it starts earning interest, and that hasn't happened yet, but that will do in the future. But this is just a glimpse for you to see what the app will look like, get a feel for it. And hopefully we're going to have quite a lot of you completing the GoodGhosting Galactic Ghost Challenges and joining us on our first game. We also have this admin panel, which gives you links to where we're hosted on the graph and the contract address on Etherscan. And when the game, there's a couple of admin functions that live in the game that we'll probably end up doing and paying the gas for, but we've obviously made that open because it shouldn't be just in our hands. So if anyone wants to go ahead and do some, pull some of the
maybe to add to this, you can always withdraw your deposit back from the game. It's not shown here in this demo, but there will be a button called Withdraw Early where you can always get your money back at any point in time. We might charge a small fee for people to exit the pool before the game ends, just to compensate for the interest that is lost. But besides that, we don't charge any. Make a deposit, you wait until the end of the game. Even if you miss some of the deposits, you always get your full amount back.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah,
we
your
also make
deposits
use.
put in.
Yeah, we also make use of Aave to generate the yield. So the 35.6% is the real-time rate on the Aave instance on the Kovan testnet. So all data is coming directly from contracts. It's all on-chain.
Cool. I guess that concludes the tech demo. The important thing is to do when you join the game, remember to set like a reminder. We will have calendar links in here that will link to like Google Calendar or calendar reminder, so you can create a reminder for yourself, so you know to go back in and don't miss any of your savings lots, because that's the goal, to be a regular saver. But yeah, this is just the beginning. We're going to be building out a lot more after the MVP, but it's going to be great to get the real user feedback, build and iterate on that, and start to kind of explore like incorporating like other protocols, other assets, etc., and other more creative ways to save. So I'm going to stop my stream there, and I don't know if we're going to go over into the Jesse, we're going to go over into the Q&A session now. I can see we've had quite a few questions come up, which is awesome.
Yes. I guess before we go into the Q&A, I'm going to share my screen again, because there's been a couple of questions coming up about how to complete the second mission. And this is the command for Discord. So it's !DONE, done. No space in between, just these 5 characters. So, alrighty. All right. So yeah, I'll switch it over to the Q&A. All right. So I'm just going to start pulling questions from the top of the list that we have in our Slido. And the number one question that's been upvoted the most: do the staff of GoodGhosting get paid a percentage of generated yield? If so, what percentage?
So maybe Rachel, you can take this one.
Yeah, that's a good question. So we have coded it to include a percentage. I think when we launch, we won't be taking a percentage because we will just grow the community. After that, we may be taking a small percentage, but everything will be transparent and in the contract, obviously, and then also in our documentation. But when we launch, we will not be charging a percentage. It will be something that will come later, because we want to just onboard people and make sure that we're getting good returns for our users, and then we will explore what would be the right amount to set that at. But to begin with, it's all going to be about growth. So no, and of course, all of this will be done by smart contracts and in a transparent way. But yeah, we also want to build a sustainable product and one that has value as well.
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you. All right. The next question I would direct more towards here. How is it ensured that the invested money does not lose value?
Yes. So for that, we make, which is decentralized. So how it works is that you deposit a stable coin called DAI into the Aave, into the GoodGhosting contract, and the GoodGhosting contract then pools all the deposits of all users and moves it into Aave. So this means that your funds they always stay in Aave. They earn interest at the same time. So the only thing that happens is that so the total amount of DAI will occur at the end of the game than at the beginning. So for this, we rely on the security of Aave, which has close to $10 billion US dollar worth in it. It has been thoroughly audited. It can be trusted.
Yeah, I think that's one of the exciting things about DeFi. Its possibility to build on top of existing protocols, and Aave is, of course, one of the most, if not the most reputable protocols in the space. So, we're working with protocols that we know and have proven themselves to be profitable and secure as well. So it's very much something at the top of our mind to pick ways that are going to be, both secure, but also getting our users good returns. And I think, Aave is a perfect example of that right now. I can see there's a question that's come through here that's actually scrolled down to the bottom, and I think I'm just going to pick it out if that's okay, Jesse, because I think it's quite good. So it says competition is hot right now. How do you compete with other projects, and what are the advantages or characteristics? A really good question. Of course, we know like the DeFi space is really growing at the moment, and there's lots of different products and lots of different things to experiment with. So I think with GoodGhosting, what we really offer is we're all about like getting our users to build like better habits. So getting that mechanism of like, you know, every month, every week, putting some money aside every month, getting into that habit. So that's kind of our vision to align around that. Our first MVP game, it's, you know, we're using Aave to do that, and it's got this certain, you know, gamified mechanism where you only get interest if you are a regular saver, and if you don't, you kind of forego the interest. That's just one area, but over time it's going to evolve, and you know, there's lots of things that, you know, personally I want to play around with, things like building games that are going to incentivize us to like start to hodl regularly and build up, you know, some of those, maybe those volatile assets. It's something that definitely wish I'd done more of in the bear market, and I didn't. I work in the industry, and that's crazy that I didn't. So I think, you know, kind of playing with this area of goals-based savings, incentivized savings. I think this is where really GoodGhosting comes in. You know, if you are like, maybe you are like a kind of full-time yield farmer and you're doing this like all day, every day, then maybe GoodGhosting isn't going to be the right project for you. But I think for people who are maybe don't have so much time to commit, or just want to kind of build that incentive into their life, that they start to kind of, you know, do this in a regular habit, I think this is really where GoodGhosting is going to provide the advantage, and also do it in a fun and sociable way. It's something that's definitely come out in our user testing, that it's people are really interested to see how other people are doing in the pool, and kind of get a little bit competitive there as well. So that's my answer to that. I don't know if anyone else wants to add to that.
No, that was pretty thorough.
I had a quick question. Like, if am I allowed to ask questions here?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So I was listening curiously to all the people talk about, you know, how GoodGhosting will work. So what do you expect from our side? Like, what do you think we need to, as a because you guys are a DeFi project on top of Polygon, and we always like listen to, you know, what requirements or what other infrastructure things you would require to, you know, that would sort of, you know, put GoodGhosting on another level. So something like a streaming. So I understand the product. I understand like you are doing this savings investment sort of like a good habit kind of thing. Do you think something like superfluid or streaming money, something, you know, that goes directly into it, directly into the investment, something like that would work with you guys, or something you have in mind? How we can help that? I'm just trying to.
Yeah, it's nice you mentioned superfluid, because something we haven't mentioned before is that we will have these sponsored pools. So we will have, for instance,
Did I leak alpha? Did I leak alpha? Or
yeah. No, it's okay. But we were thinking of using superfluids actually to stream the money into the saving pool, because it's a nice way to distribute funds. It's really dynamic. So the first saving pool will be sponsored by Aave. But yeah, you know, we still have room for sponsors for the second pool. So we can also stream like W-Matic rewards or something like that. That would be really cool, actually. But it's really nice to see all the tooling for Ethereum mainnet being available on Polygon. So we have things like the graph, which we use for the front end, then also Aave, like decentralized exchanges, which we use to convert additional rewards. So it's really nice to see all the developments in Polygon.
One request would maybe be like the Gnosis multisig would be awesome on Polygon.
Yes.
But that's more for operational costs. No, it's amazing to see. Just I think with Polygon, it's like the thing about DeFi is it's this composability and like tapping into like, you know, other projects, building on top. And I think that's where Polygon is kind of really bringing a lot of value in terms of just making it like workable. A lot of the projects on Ethereum that, okay, they're really great if you can tolerate the high gas fees, but a lot of projects can't, like GoodGhosting included. And I think it's just been amazing to see the growth of those projects become available on the Polygon network. So like we're super grateful and like really happy with everything that's going on.
Awesome.
And while we're on the topic of Polygon, actually, there's a question for you, Hamzah. So somebody asked, Polygon withdrawals are now 30 minutes, but Stark is faster. Is Polygon working on improving the time?
So Stark, you mean Starkware? Is that, do you mean?
So I'm not sure. They didn't really clarify.
I think it's, where's the question? In which channel? Can I see that?
Yeah, hold on a second. I will.
Yeah, I would assume it's Starkware.
It's related to Starkware, but it's it's a different type of technology. It has different trade-offs.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's so I can't like it's not apples to apples, that comparison. So I honestly am not. I am aware of how Starkware like on a high level works, how their validator set is there. But for us, is so every transaction that you're withdrawing, basically, that is a transaction on our blockchain, and that transaction has to be validated with our 100 validators, and that again requires the consensus of all of at least 2/3 of the validators, and then it depends on the Ethereum congestion again, because Ethereum because our network is designed in such a way that we commit, or every 256 blocks we commit everything to Ethereum. So people who think that it's a side chain, it's not exactly a side chain. It's sort of a committing side chain, commit chain sort of thing. So that withdrawal time, right? It's dependent on two things, I would say. First is our validator consensus mechanism. We are working to optimize that. I think in the coming days you will see some solutions come up that will actually be very important in the layer 2 scaling part. I think we are very early in that. Second thing, those solutions are there in the progress. I understand that. Then the second thing that I said is the Ethereum congestion. And I think Ethereum congestion, I mean, we cannot do much on that front, because it again like takes time to get in the validator, get in the block of Ethereum, and then how all that works. But yeah, we are working on that. I think comparing it to something like Stark or Optimistic is wouldn't be like apple to apple comparison, but that's all I can say.
Yes, thanks for that.
Yes, thank you for that.
I just wanted to say quickly, just because something that I'm seeing quite a lot of in the community channels people are typing done with S, like exclamation space done, DON. And I believe it just has to be one word together. So just make sure that you're typing exclamation done. So don't put a space in there.
Yes, and it will disappear after you type. So don't panic if your text goes away. It's normal.
Yes, it's expected to disappear, and then we've got a bot behind that will automatically do that for you. So yeah, just make sure if it stays, you have a problem. If it disappears, you're good.
Exactly. Excellent. Well, there is another question. This one is for Rachel and Heel as well. Will there be a GoodGhosting token in the near future? And yes.
So
this is
yeah, sorry, Rachel, you can go ahead.
Yeah, it's okay. Of course, this is going to be a big question. At the moment, we won't be launching a token. We've designed the game, our MVP game, to run without a token. So there's no token at the moment. So we can't. Yeah, that's just how it is. In the future, who knows? But tokenless for the foreseeable future.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for that one.
And also, I know a couple of people also messaged about the airdrop. There won't be an airdrop in the kind of near future as well. There won't be an airdrop as part of Galactic Ghost. So just to manage everyone's expectations, Galactic Ghost will get you into our MVP game, but it won't get you a token or an airdrop. So just to clarify again.
You will be eligible if you complete a game for the sponsored pool prize. So you will earn interest and get some additional DAI if you successfully complete a game. So there are rewards, but they won't be in the form of our own token. just to be absolutely clear.
Cool.
Okay,
right,
I see there's another question, one about the deposit amount and whether it will be the same each week. So yes, the answer is yes. For the first game, we have a fixed deposit amount. We will announce how much that is prior to launching. And each week you should deposit that same amount to stay in the game. If you miss a deposit, you will be kicked out of the game. You will still be able to withdraw your funds at the end of the game. But if you, in contrast, make all deposits, then you are the winner and you will earn a slice of the interest and of the prize money that's in the pool.
Yeah, and we might also be speaking to the community about like the amount that they'd like to deposit per week or per month. Again, I know there was a question in the quiz that asked people how much do they save, and maybe we're attracting a complete baller crowd, which, you know, is possible. It's bull market. But I think the average came out as like 1,300 or 1,500 a month, which potentially I think this seems a little high for me in terms of like the GoodGhosting pool. But we'll be, if you've got any strong feelings, just ping us, and we may be doing like another little survey around that as well, just to make sure that we kind of get the amounts right for the community as well. And after an MVP launch, keep following, because there'll probably be like more games coming with like different game lengths, different different monthly or weekly contributions as well. So it's not a fixed amount. The first one that comes out, it's just going to be, we've got to start somewhere, we've got to start with something, and then we'll iterate, improve, and get a system that works for more people after that.
Mm-hmm. And how are we on time? Maybe 2 more questions, and then we can begin to wind down. Okay, we have another question here.
Question.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was talking over you. There's a question asking about what are the building blocks, what building blocks is this project using, and what are they used for? This is a great question, and as a developer, I always like to answer that. So we're using the graph. So we query the graph. It just makes it easier for us to build the front end, and just makes our application, work better. So I've been doing a lot of the front end work, so it's been really nice to work with. And querying smart contracts, it's not always the best and most efficient way to do it. And I think the graph has provided a really nice solution there as well. And we're super grateful to the graph as they've given us a grant. So that's big thanks to the graph, and such valuable infrastructure for the whole of the ecosystem. I think if you scratch behind, most DeFi or most even Web3, most blockchain projects are probably using the graph in some form. They've really kind of got quite a lot of market dominance in terms of what they do. Maybe if you're not a developer, you might not be using them so much, but for the development side of, in Polygon and Ethereum, and they're moving out to Celo, at least in the Ethereum space, they are huge. So Polygon is the blockchain it will be running on, and Aave is the lending protocol. So Aave launched on Polygon, I think, last month. Of course, Aave were originally an Ethereum mainnet project, and they still are. But now they have an offering on Polygon, which is great because get to enjoy all the benefits of low gas and faster transaction, etc. And we don't have to kind of deal with the headache of paying like an insane amount to do a transaction that you would on mainnet. Do we use an oracle? We don't actually use an oracle. Our game logic doesn't. Our game logic doesn't need to do that, but we are using, Huel, I think this is correct, we're using QuickSwap at some point. So we do do QuickSwap to change tokens to allow users to pay in with DAI.
So it's when users pay into DAI, we deposit into Aave. Aave will give you interest, but they will also give you additional rewards, which are in Matic tokens. We then sell those Matic tokens back for more DAI. As an additional incentive. You can also read a bit more on how it works on our website, so that is goodghosting.com. There we also have like a small FAQ, how you can win the game when we are launching, how we can get these interest rates, which currencies we support, all the stuff like that. There's also a bit of our roadmap, as well as a link to the blog. more on the team. So definitely check it out if you still have some questions on how it will work. A lot of it will become more clear also as we come closer to the launch.
Yeah. And that actually brings us into I guess our final question for the Q&A is, what is next for GoodGhosting?
What is next? This is a good question. Well, so we are fully focused on the MVP right now. And what comes after that, I think you're just going to have to stick around and wait. There's quite a few things bubbling up underneath that.
Yeah,
so
it's not the only thing we're working on, so keep your eyes posted.
Exactly. And just know that, yes, we hear everything you guys are saying and we read everything. So yes, we are definitely working our best to try to make something amazing. And yes. Unless if Rachel and Heel have anything else.
I just wanted to say, thank you to everyone who's come to the call. It's been amazing to see like so many people on the call, and apologies for those of you who weren't able to see the live stream. So sorry about that. Like we kind of broke Discord by having so many people on. So thank you about that, and also a big thank you for Hamzah for coming on, and thanks for telling us everything that Polygon's doing. We're super pleased about Polygon over here at GoodGhosting.
Yeah, thanks for having
us. Yes, and we'll make sure to figure out all the technical details, how to set up the call for so many people by next time.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did do a practice run, but clearly it's a different ball game when we have such a big community that we do right now. So just thanks everyone.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much. And yes, another special thank you also to the GoodGhosting team for those of those joining, and thank you all for joining in our first community call, and we're super excited for everything, and we hope to see you all on Discord and in our next community call.
Cheers. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you.